Hey there, I'm Chris Panek, Certified Public Accountant, Certified Coach, and the host of the Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast. And I want to welcome you to the 15th episode of this new series that I'm doing on this podcast. My intention is to drop one of these additional episodes every Monday while I continue to provide you with the regular Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast episodes, which will continue to help you to take control of and understand your business finances with topics that ultimately impact your bottom line. I have many business owners, accountants, and other high-stress professionals who listen to this podcast, and I want to get more help out there for individuals like you when it comes to mastering your mindset. I'll be taking a few moments each week to touch on topics that many high-stress professionals are dealing with and provide solutions to help you increase your overall well-being. Because I know your time is valuable, just like the Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast, my goal is to keep these episodes short and straight to the point, but full of useful information to help you succeed in not only your professional life, but your personal life as well. Have you ever had a really productive time in your life? When you think about being productive, do you think it's all about what you're doing or producing? Or do you measure it with the results that you're achieving? Having the ability to decipher between what productivity is all about and why you're thinking you're not being productive is essential to feeling productive. We're going to talk about some actionable steps that you can start taking today to increase your productivity and how you can start being more efficient with your time. Let's dive in. I wanted to talk to you about being productive today because I often hear my clients talk about how they're not being productive and how this increases their stress levels when they know they have a lot of work to get done. I want you to be able to increase your productivity levels without increasing the amount of stress that you put on yourself. And the way to do this is to make sure that you're getting the results that you want to see from being as efficient and productive as possible. I'm sure you've experienced the happiness and joy that you feel when you complete a project. The simple fact that you're able to say that the project is complete and crossed off of your to-do list brings so many people a sense of gratitude. And the bigger the project, the more gratitude and sense of accomplishment they feel. Think about a project or a task that you were able to complete and how excited you were that you were able to finish it. How proud and productive did you feel to have your project finished? Being productive has a place in so many areas of your life. You may want to be productive at home with your family, your business, your career, or even when it comes to how you treat yourself. Being productive isn't really about how many hours you work or how much you work. It doesn't even relate to how busy you are or how much stress you're feeling. You've more than likely heard about value billing or getting paid for results rather than how much time you put into a project. And the same holds true for how you think about productivity. Your overall goal should be focused on the results. The more productive you can be in a shorter amount of time, the sooner you'll see the results. I've worked with clients who've given themselves a certain amount of time to complete a project, and it never fails. When you have this amount of time allotted to the project, it will take you that much time to get it done. But when you shorten that amount of time, it creates more urgency and it forces you to focus and be more productive during that shorter time commitment. When my clients do this, they are much stricter with the time that they schedule to get their projects done. It always seems that the work that we want to get done will always take as long as you give yourself to get the work done. Have you ever noticed this in your life? For example, if you tell yourself you're going to get the laundry done over the weekend, how often do you find that you're still finishing it up on Sunday evening? How much better off would you be if you gave yourself a certain amount of time and a completion time so that you don't find yourself still doing the laundry at the last minute. What if your productivity is only measured by your results or what you produce? I know this may seem wrong to you at first, but just think about it for a minute. When you stop thinking about everything in terms of how much effort, stress, or time that you're allowing for a project to be completed, and you start focusing on what the results you are accomplishing are, you'll tend to start shifting your mindset. For instance, have you ever put a ton of effort into something but never realized any results? Would you have considered this to be productive? Or would you have felt like you were busy putting all that effort in with no results? When you work like this, you may find that all that work and energy starts to wear you down and can cause burnout. What if, instead, you were highly productive and efficient and created the results that you were looking for? How would you feel in this scenario? Most of my clients say when they work like this, they work fewer hours, feel less stressed, and feel more productive, which creates much more motivation and momentum in their lives. Are you ready to see how you can start getting results from being productive in your life? If you'd like to continue listening to the rest of this podcast, I invite you to sign up for my free private podcast, where I do a deeper dive into this topic on the Mastering Your Mindset Moments podcast for high-stress professionals. When you're busy working in a high-stress profession, it's often hard to accomplish what you truly want in your life. This private podcast offers solutions that you can immediately apply to your life so that you can not only achieve your goals, but increase your sense of purpose, satisfaction, and lead a more fulfilling and enjoyable life. You can sign up at financialadventure.com/private to hear about the solutions that I provide on this topic. I'll post links to this and other valuable resources for business owners, accountants, and other high-stress professionals where you're listening to this podcast.